Stop wrong. I don't know if
You know you're in for a treat.
I've never heard of British
Podium.
I don't think you're good.
Prepare to be dazzled. The chief has arrived at the podium. Belts jacked. Having heard him testify under oath.
All right, we'll call to order the regular committee of the whole meeting. Can we please begin with roll call?
Councilmember Schummers.
Here.
Witt. Here. Seeley.
Here.
Davis. Here. Oberon.
Here.
Mussman. Here. Kearns.
All right. Fire Chief Atkinson, the floor is yours.
Mayor, Council, I'm here tonight to ask for approval for a safer grant application for 6 firefighters. The reason for it, as this displays, fires are growing faster, 3 to 4 minutes to escape a house, as opposed to 30 years ago when you had 17 minutes to escape. That's quite a change. We're still fighting fires with the same number of firefighters that we did 30 years ago, so we need to make some changes. If you want to go to the next slide. If you look at our call volume from the last 5 years, you can see it steadily is going up. And you look at 2020, we had probably 130 calls in that year due to the derecho. Otherwise, it would have been right in line.
Now, are EMS and fire calls going up, or both together?
I think it's more, EMS is driving more of it.
More of it?
Yes. So then, if you go to the next slide, Matt. Basically, this is our model right now with 11 staffing minimum. You can see we have 4 at Central Fire Station, we have 4 at Chansey, and only 2 at Lyons when we're at minimum staffing. The bottom 3 can be on vacation, or what we call Kelly days. So all 3 shifts are set up equally that way. Under the proposed safer grant, we would put 4 at each fire station and still have the ability to have 3 people off, 2 on vacation and 1 on Kelly. So I think there's a significant need. The other issue is we have 9 guys that are over 50 years old. Where retirement age is 55. So we need to get people in succession planning, get some people in here trained to help with that also. The funding is 100% funding for 3 years. In that time period, you cannot have a layoff. You have to maintain that staffing level for the 3 years. Once the 3 years is done, then you can choose to staff however you like.
What would that put the fire department at total with this grant?
51.
51. So during the 3 years, if someone else not part of the grant retires, they have to be replaced as part of this?
Yeah, we have to maintain 51 for 3 years.
What's do you have like the details on that? Like how much time do they give you? What if you can't or don't?
Well, they have again, you have 180 days to get them hired if you're under the grant.
Okay.
Then they call it 36 months is the active period of the grant, and then after that, then
okay,
you go back to what it was, or you can choose however you want.
So after the 36 months is over, you can choose to maintain the new staffing level, or if someone retired, you could go down and you wouldn't have to like pay the money back. Correct. Or anything like that.
Correct.
Okay.
You just have to maintain the 51 during the 3 years. As long as you're progressively, we usually generally keep an active list to hire, so as long as you're following that and staying at that level.
Okay.
Hey, Chief,
Yes.
the 6 that you hired, will they also sub in as paramedics too?
Yeah. We're required by ordinance to have everybody paramedic level, so they would be trained to the paramedic level.
Okay, and then also after the 3 years is up, are you able to apply for the SAFER grant again?
I mean, it changes every year, the requirements, so I have no idea what the requirements would be in 3 years. So we could, I mean, if it's still funded.
In the levy, I'm thinking what levy it is that we have where we can levy for police and fire. Is that, can that, like, because, you know, we're looking at going forward too, what about year 4, year 5, you know, further than that? And with that, what do they call it, emergency levy? I can't remember.
Yeah,
Matt.
that's
The general
That's
fund
not,
810.
yeah,
which
that's
is
not
for-
for police and fire, the emergency fund.
We only there's a special fund for their retirement. and
Oh,
stuff.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of. Okay. So,
The hope is, you know, the calls keep going up, income would increase through ambulance revenue to help offset some of the costs after the 3 years.
well, because I guess my point is I'd like this to not ever go away.
Sure.
You know,
Everybody
but
would.
we also have to look at it from a budget point of view. You know, we're talking significant dollars with, you know, 6 more, trained personnel
Sure.
in there that, you know, we have to, you know, look forward to, you know, 2026 or 27, whatever.
Like I said, hopefully we can offset some of that with the revenue increase on the ambulance side.
Okay. Councilmember Shimmers.
Chief, you're running 11 per shift right now, right?
Correct.
Isn't the recommendation to run 17, and this wouldn't even bring us up to that
Yeah,
speed,
correct.
but it would help at least bring up per shift.
If we had these 6 and then we use Comanche as our auto aid, that would get us to the 17 that we're required by 1710.
Okay, thank you.
And then one of the other points you made was with insurance for our city as a whole. If we have that, what you just spoke of, does that significantly or just generally lower our insurance?
It could potentially help us lower our ISO rating.
That's what it is, ISO, right. Yep.
Again, personnel is one of the areas we always lose points at. But so putting that together with some other stuff we're working on, potentially we could lower that.
So that as a community, not only for us individually, personally, but as a city, our insurance rates could, instead of,
Going up,
you know,
yeah,
it
they-
could at least stay level as
Correct.
other things are going up, ours will be staying level.
Correct.
Is there, I know, Chief, I know you said it was 100% funded, but is there any additional cost that you can think of that may come out?
Well, our cost,
Training or-
our cost would be the training cost, personal protective equipment costs are probably the 2 biggest costs that we have. And it depends on what employees we get hired. If they come in with their paramedic already, of course, it's cheaper for us to train. If they don't have paramedic, then it's about $10,000 to put them through paramedic school.
Per fire.
Yeah, per firefighter.
And this grant covers their benefits and
their benefits.
their retirement funding,
for
stuff
3
like that.
for 3
Covers
years.
basically everything.
Insurance,
Okay.
health insurance costs, our city side of it.
And then how many, you said you have some people possibly nearing retirement. Is it a significant number or?
Yeah, it's 9. 9 firefighters are 50 and older.
Okay.
So 55 was the retirement.
So over this 3-year period, we're more than likely going to see some retirements as well.
Yeah,
Which we'll
I don't
have to-
anticipate many prior to the 3-year grant being
Okay.
up.
After the 3-year mark.
After
Yeah.
the 3-year, there's probably.
After the 3-year mark, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess we don't want them retiring during that 3-year because then we got backfill it right away.
yeah, correct.
And then,
Does the grant increase with salary increases each year? Obviously, we have the union contracts.
Well, I went through the union contract and figured that in the one.
Oh, okay.
okay.
As best I could. We don't know what
Perfect.
pension's gonna do, but.
Right.
I figured at the rate, and health insurance, again, that's an unknown.
And it would be,
But it's
so it would be
gonna
pretty
a couple
minimal as far as
Yeah.
any additional costs on
So
that
yeah,
on the city
one
side.
step on the thing, and then the 2-year step stays, and.
Okay.
So,
Perfect.
And these are federal funds?
these are federal funds.
Wait, this might be a legal question. Is there any sort of things that the city's going to be mandated to do by taking this money?
just follow the rules.
No.
We don't have to do a 15-page
Yeah.
checkoff or
No,
whatever.
I mean something else.
I think we receive a lot of federal funds, so I know where you're going, but
All right.
yeah.
I tried to wake Pat up, but it didn't work.
You thought you were going to really inflame me, didn't you?
Yeah.
There's nothing directly in it that says you guys have to do X or X.
No, I mean, our hiring policies are,
They allow you to
yeah,
continue.
we're following hiring policies that
Okay.
are standard and veterans' preferences and those types of things.
Okay. Any other discussion on this?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to move this forward.
Okay. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right. We have a motion and a second to move forward with the application for the SAFER grant.
Correct.
Okay. Any other discussion on this?
Could I see the application before the resolution?
Okay.
What do you mean?
I mean,
Yeah.
you want to see the notes of the application?
Yeah, I just wanna
Because
see what
it's
it
online.
is.
I mean, I write,
Oh, it is?
yeah, I go
Or
online.
maybe you just send me a link to it or something. Okay.
I'll get,
Not the application you're filling out, just all their, legal crap in it and stuff.
okay, I know what you want. I'll get to
Okay,
you.
yep.
There's
Yeah,
some
but-
spots online that have all the
Yeah.
information on safer grants, so. we can
Okay.
do that.
Cool.
Okay. All right. Any other discussion? Can we have roll call, please?
Councilmember Shemmers.
Yes.
Witt.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Oberon.
Yes.
Mussman.
Yes.
Kearns.
All right. Thank you, Chief. Moving on, Councilmember Shemmers, you have any updates?
No, sir.
Councilmember Witt?
No, sir.
Councilmember Seeley?
No, sir.
Councilmember Davis?
No.
Councilmember Oberon? No. Councilmember Mussman?
No.
And Councilmember Kearns?
You almost forgot me.
I didn't forget you. I would never forget you.
Person next time. Okay.
All good? Okay. I've got two things. There is a Martin Luther King celebration coming on Sunday, 1:30 to 3, I think is the time, and it's at St. Paul's Lutheran Church. So if any, what's that?
Right down the street.
Yep. So if anybody's interested in that, Sunday, 1:30 to 3. I think that's all I have going on. I've got one more thing. Hold on. I brought something special today. Our city administrator had an anniversary, 5 years with the city of Clinton, so he is receiving his 5-year pin along with a special handwritten note from me. So, thank you for your 5 years of service.
Thank you very
Yeah, I
much.
think this isn't it like dog years that aged you 7?
75.
There you go.
All right. Okay, one last chance. Any other updates from anybody? All right. We are adjourned. I was going to take it off, but I didn't want to rip the paper.